Hey, what's up? Happy 2018. Welcome to Unboxtimus Prime for our first video of the year. We hope that this year is going to be fantastic. We got a whole bunch of things lined up. Last year was just the beginning. Now this year is going to be the continuation of the saga. So just a little recap from last year. We unboxed, 24, 25 different things, or actually I think it was about 22 different things in 2 extra videos, but who's counting? I'm not. I want to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribing, everyone that has been leaving comments. I said it in the previous video that we read the comments. I apologize for that. We don't respond to it. Just time is of the essence for everything. So, we look forward to doing a whole bunch of new stuff. We're going to get social media up and going. I pretty much do have a Facebook page up and going, and I just got to get off my butt and get it up and running. And then I will leave a link to it in the descriptions. I'll update everything. So now, I bet you guys are thinking, what's in the box? So let's just jump to it. I ordered this about 2 months ago in October, and I was hoping to have it before Star Wars The Last Jedi came out, but it didn't arrive in time, so I'm so excited. I opened it already because I had to check it. I had to make sure everything was okay. So we're going to do a unboxing and a review of what's in the box. So here we go. So, big old shipping box. Here we go. Chinese newspaper. More Chinese newspaper and something wrapped inside. Let's take a look. Oh, so exciting, so exciting. Now what could it be? Ooh. Look at that beautiful thing. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who should know, this is the basis of the Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. This is a Graflex 3-cell flash handle attachment used for the old 40s Graflex speed cameras. So what they would do is they would put a bulb in here, right up here, and then they would attach it via this part of the clamp here onto the side of the camera, and then you'd push the button up here to make the flash go off. But wow, look at this. It's even got Graflex engraved on the clamp. That is so cool. It's even got the light, brass pins, the iconic bunny ears. Look, 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 look. Oh, look at that. They're a little stiff at the moment. Oh, thank you. Got the red button here that you push in, a little sliding tab. You can kind of tell that I was sliding this just to test it out. So it's got a little scuff mark there. Take a look down. That's where the bulb goes. So it's even spring-loaded. Just super cool. On the bottom here it says Graflex 3-cell. Little focus. Made in Rochester, New York, USA. Fulmer Graflex Corporation. So that is so cool. This is a 1-to-1 replica of the Graflex 3-cell flash handle attachment. So, quick little history. During the filming of A New Hope, they were scavenging for parts to make a lightsaber, aka a laser sword. So they came across a flash handle attachment. Now, back in the day, in the 70s, these things were pretty much everywhere. You can find them in a garbage bin. You can find them in a vintage shop. Probably get them for like $5, $6. So now these things are practically priceless. They can go up to $2,000 to $3,000 on eBay or at different auctions. There is a debate going on whether or not that the collectors actually care that the Star Wars enthusiasts actually buy the vintage pieces and turn them into lightsabers. And then I also hear that there's stuff going around that they get really pissed off. So getting a 1-to-1 replica just like this is pretty much the best you can do. Honestly, if I ever get an actual vintage Graflex, I would never ever destroy it. It would get locked in a case and be put on display. But this one will most likely be destroyed anyways, so that's why I bought it. I got this from romansprops.com. I will leave a link to it in the description. He also has different hilts, such as the Obi-Wan Kenobi hilt from A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith. Different weathering patterns you can get on it as well. So that's really cool. I'm also going to show you real quick the accessories that I bought for this. This here is the Episode 7 or The Force Awakens conversion kit. So I'll open it up. It comes with, I think, 6 or 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 T-grips. And they would go down here on the saber, like so. And they come with this little sticky backing right here. I could peel it off. I don't want to ruin it because I'm not going to put it together just yet. But it comes with this adhesive tape on the back of it. And then it also comes with a notch that you can drill for screws, which are in the bottom of the bag here. We also have the clamp card, which that I can show you because it's in its own little baggie, nothing destructive about it. And here we have the D-ring. So this would go on the bottom just like so. So that way you can have your, dangle it from your belt if you're doing cosplay. So that is awesome. And it also comes with the screws to put on the grips. These are actually plastic. They're not rubber. Hold on. Yeah, this is all plastic. I believe for the actual prop they used, it was actual windshield wipers. They used windshield wiper blades and they just glued them on. And then for Episode 5, or The Empire Strikes Back, they actually wound up making these that have the little notches in them to keep them bolted down so they wouldn't slide off. So that was a nifty little thing they did. That is it. Again, glass eye, which is cool. It comes out like so. It's got a little spring attached to it. It's also a little bulb in there. This thing actually works. You can hook this up to a Graflex speed camera, and there goes the bulb. Let me just grab that real quick. You can actually hook this up to an actual Graflex camera and put batteries in it and use it. This is a one-to-one working replica. So for anyone collecting Graflexes, this is awesome to have. This is a great piece to have. I'm going to put the bulb back in there. I'll put the spring. I don't have any batteries to actually test this thing out, so that's a bit of a bummer. If I ever get batteries, I will probably do a little test before I convert it. Either that or I'm just going to go straight for the conversion. Okay, so that's back in there. Now, the red button here is supposed to come off, but I can't get it loosened, so what I'm going to have to do is wrap the hell out of this thing with tape, take the bunny ears off, and get like a monkey wrench or something and really try to unloosen it, so that way when I put electronics in it, which is what I'm going to do with it, I can use this as an activation switch. So it would light up, and I can put a blade in there. So let me show you how this thing works. You have the clamp here, just loosen the lock. With the bottom half, all you got to do is just twist and pull it out like that. So that's really cool, and it's even got the spring in there for the battery. So there's your battery springs. Now the top piece here, I'm going to go over a different bunch of cons that I have with this thing. It's only like 1 or 2, but one of them right now I will say is that there is a little screw that's got to hold the top piece in here. And there's also this little plate. I don't know if you could see it. It's like right there. This actually holds the top down, which in any vintage, this isn't there. It stays in place perfect. So I don't know if that's just a design flaw or something they have to do to make sure that it's, not made by Graflex. It's made by somebody else, but it's really annoying. And when the piece in here comes out, it's really difficult to get it to line up. So let me get my handy tweezers. Trying to minimize the scratching and even the fingerprints. I actually had to wipe this down with alcohol before I showed you guys. Can't lose this. I'll put that right there. I can get this thing to pop out. Alright, it'll probably come out when I take this off, but you gotta undo the clamp. Oh, there it goes. So it's this thing right here that holds the top bit into place. There's a hair stuck to it. There we go. Put that right there. And the same thing, you just twist and turn. So you have your clamp. They're little thingies. I don't know what they're called. I call them shelves that actually go into the grooves here, so when they slide in, it keeps it in place. So if you look on the inside there, you could see that's the housing for the electronics, or that's basically where the bulb would sit on top right there. And the switch right here is connected right there. I think that's to turn it on. But when you convert it, I'll talk about the conversion actually in another video. And we'll get into that. I might actually do like a build process on this, so that'd be really cool for the channel, I think. So that's basically it. You have all three of these bits here. So I can actually just take the clamp card while it's here. I'll show you what the clamp looks like in the handle. What you do is just take it like this. You just kind of slide it right in to the grooves there. Trying to be gentle, because I can see I'm already scratching it. You got that. And you close the clamp. Bam. And there's different ways you can actually put like activation switches underneath here when you put in electronics. So that'd be cool. So let me go over just a couple of cons with this thing. Well, first of all, I just want to let you know I bought this thing for $175 on sale at Roman's Props. Right now, at the time of recording this, it's at $195 on sale. It's originally like $249 or $275 or something. That's usually what the price is. So if you can get these things on a good deal. But just a few cons with this is some like minor cosmetic details. Like for instance, it looks like there's rust going on the inside here, like right there. So that kind of makes me a little nervous. Is this thing even going to last long? But there's like a lot of machining dirtiness going on at the bottom, which that's actually kind of cool. It kind of gives a little more realism to it. But I do notice what looks like a lot of rust going on in there, so that kind of makes me a little nervous. The only other thing that really bothers me is the fact that you have to use this thing to keep the top part of the clamp on for moving. So that's really disappointing. Now that I got to make sure I don't lose this thing, or I have to make up my own thing. So that's actually really it, to be honest with you. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Let me put it back together. Let's slide this out gently. See? And here's the clamp card. On the bottom here, it says something, if I can get this to focus. It says Sloth Furnace, The Force Awakens for RomanProps.com. So, yeah, that's the website, RomanProps.com. Check that out. I will leave it in the description below once again. So let's put this thing back together. I'm not even going to bother with that just yet. So all you got to do is slide that in. Oh, I got it upside down. Okay. I'll go down like that. Put the spring back in, why not? Okay, make sure it's all locked into place. Then you close the clamp. As you can see, again, this is, it's not tight. So this, you have to have this little bit in here. So this is just a little bit disappointing. That it basically just can come loose like that. But there is like a little stopper, so it won't do that. But if it goes down and that, then it keeps falling apart. So that's the only con I really have for that. But other than that, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I really love this. Take a look in there one more time. Again, spring-loaded, like so. So that's really cool. There should be a way that I think you can actually take this, spin it around, and tighten it, but that's all right. I'll leave it as is. So what I'm actually going to do now, and I'm probably going to wind up recording this bit a couple days later, but I'm actually going to attach everything. I'm going to put everything together, make sure all my orientation is correct, and I'll start attaching these, and then I'll show you the finished product. So hang tight, I will be back. Okay, so after about an hour, I finally got all the grips on. They're not as evenly spaced as I hoped, but they're close enough. You'll never notice. I think they're pretty good. What I wound up doing was taking the clamp part here, which I actually put back on this piece because I dropped the screw and the plate in the carpeting, which is kind of shaggy, so I lost it for a good while. That's actually the time that was taken, was finding the screw and the metal plate, so I put that back on there. But what I did was I just had the clamp on, and I'll put it all back together now. Like so. And then I just lined them up like so. So I got it as close as possible. So the next thing I need to do is drill the holes out here and put the screws in, and then drill holes on the bottom here for the D-ring to sit on like so. So that was interesting. I made sure I got all the orientations correct. At least I think it's correct. So final piece for this video is to put the clamp card in, and let's do that. I think this is upside down. Hold on, I gotta check my references. Okay, so after checking my references, I have it correctly oriented as far as I can tell. So I'll close that down. I can always switch the clamp around because I don't know if this is supposed to be on this side of the bulb or if it's supposed to be on this side of the bulb. So, but there you have it. The outside aesthetics are pretty much done. Now, the only other thing I need to do again is just drill these out, drill out the D-ring, put that in, and then start doing the electronics. And with the electronics, the inner spring in here needs to come out, the whole assembly, and then put a blade holder in there that accepts like a blade, so you can actually duel with it. And then the electronics, so I can make this the start and stop button. This could be your effects button, like blaster deflection and blade lockup. So that'll be really cool. And then I'll get a false blade plug so it looks just like this in there. So that'd be cool. But overall, this thing is absolutely awesome. If you have the money to spend and you want like an authentic looking Luke Skywalker lightsaber, I recommend getting this. RomanProps.com. This place is freaking awesome. So it might take a while to get it. Like I said, I ordered this in October and I just got it the week before Christmas. So they come from China, I believe, but he did the replication. He did the replicating. So he sent out a 3D model, I'm assuming, and then they just went by the exact specifications. I know on some of the, this is Generation 2, and I know on Generation 1, apparently there was a lot of like burrs and stuff and machining issues going on up here, which it doesn't look too bad. The camera might be able to pick up a little bit more on the edges here, but to the eye, it's actually like, it's nice and smooth. It's perfect. So this is, oh my God. And this thing weighs a ton too. This thing's really heavy. It's not like a light, flimsy piece of metal. This thing is like really, really heavy. So that is, that's a plus too. It gives it nice weight. You probably can duel with this. I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it just leaving as like a, what do they call it? A shelf queen. Just leave it sitting there. Just make it look pretty on your shelf. So that is that. Again, links to Roman's props will be in the description below. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave it in the comments down below. We're going to start uploading a lot more. There's a list of Transformers that I will put in the description as well that we have to do. So, and if you check out our previous video, you'll see pictures of all the ones we have to do. I think there's like 15 of them, maybe 20 of them that we'll do. So that'll keep us busy for a while. So other than that, may the Force be with you.